to the Voice of the Victim podcast. This is Ryan. Rosie's busy painting our living room right now with her mom, so she couldn't record with me tonight. But this is an update that, unfortunately, I really don't want to have to record, but we need to, given that we just released our episode this morning, sharing the story of Lauren Kavanaugh's horrific childhood. But about 2 hours after our episode was published, some new information came up about Lauren. She's been arrested and is currently sitting in jail on charges of sexual assault of a minor. This news shocked me and really bummed me out today. Someone on Instagram actually shared an article with me, letting me know, so thank you. You know who you are. Appreciate that. But yeah, it's really sad. We had talked about her GoFundMe page and her Facebook page. Now, her Facebook page has already been removed for some reasons I'll share in a minute, but I just want to say right out of the gate, we had mentioned her GoFundMe page and supporting it, but obviously after hearing this news, we no longer want to recommend supporting her, so we cut that part out of our episode and republished the file. So if you haven't heard what happened, Lauren had met this 14-year-old girl through her Facebook page, the Lauren Kavanaugh story, and they became really good friends. So much so that the girl's parents actually took Lauren in and she began living with their family. So this led to an inappropriate sexual relationship forming between Lauren and this 14-year-old girl whose identity is being protected because she's a minor. And at this time, Lauren is 25. So it's a hard pill to swallow, and I still can't believe it. I mean, what are the odds that this news would break literally hours after releasing our episode about her that we've been planning for months? It's still hard to believe. Unfortunately, Lauren has a lot of developmental issues a lot of us can't really understand. I mean, she was starved, tortured, and raped from ages 2 to 8, and she'd no doubt suffered permanent brain damage. Of course, I'm not trying to defend her actions at all. What she did to that girl is horrible, and it's actually a lot like Rosie's personal story. If you haven't heard it yet, it's episode 18. So I really feel for this 14-year-old girl and her parents. Lauren kind of did to them what Lauren's birth mother did to the Kavanaughs. If you listen to our episode from earlier today, Lauren's birth mother kind of took advantage of the Kavanaughs, and Lauren ended up doing the same thing to this family that took her in, taking advantage of the kindness and trust that they had given her, and ended up breaking the law and violating this child. So yeah, we just wanted to post this update to let you guys know that we are aware of this news. And yeah, it's just really unfortunate that it came out and that it was happening. And I don't know if we would have covered it this week if we knew this was going on, but the episode was already up, so it's not much we can do about it now. I still think her story is important and powerful, and it still happened to her. I mean, what I'm really trying to emphasize here is the fact that her case is sadly a perfect example of the cycle of abuse. From ages 2 to 8, the most formative years of a person's life, Lauren was in captivity by her parents. And like I said, she was starved, tortured, and raped during this time, and sadly this got very deeply ingrained into her. Her brain tissue had literally atrophied and was never able to develop the way a properly nurtured brain would develop, so I think it's safe to say that Lauren's actions were a direct result of her own abuse. She'd even been on Dr. Phil in the past about relationship problems she was having with her girlfriend at the time. Lauren would have nightmares and night terrors about being raped by her abuser, and when her girlfriend would touch her to calm her down, Lauren would pin down her girlfriend and choke her. So she's been having a constant struggle. And when you watch her talk, you can tell she's not functioning at the same level as most of us. It's so sad to say, but it kind of feels like Lauren was doomed from the start by her own abuse, and this is exactly why we try to spread awareness of abuse and the cycle, because if it never starts, it not only saves the first victim, but also, hopefully, any future victims that it may trickle down to. So, Lauren's in jail now for the charges of sexual assault on a minor, and police feel there may be other victims out there that haven't come forward yet, so hopefully if there are, they'll find the courage to tell someone. And also, I'm curious to see how this case turns out. I wonder if her past will come into play when they're determining her punishment. But it sounds like she may just plead guilty and skip the trial because she did admit to the police during the interview that she had done it. So, yeah, I think that's about it. But we would love to hear what you have to say about this. How do you think Lauren should be treated after this? Or even if you completely disagree with everything I've said in this episode, I'm open to others' thoughts and opinions as well. I mean, if you took the time to listen to me talk, I'd love to give that time back and listen to you. So all I ask is that you're kind and respectful, and we can all be happy. But thank you for listening to this brief update. Even with this news, I still believe her story is very important, and I really recommend you go listen to our episode 38 to hear just what this woman went through as a child, because it does really help to see the human side of people that have done bad things. And yeah, her story is still tragic and powerful, and like I said, it kind of just shows how the cycle of abuse works, because in my opinion, there's no doubt that it was the cause of what this now 14-year-old girl had to go through and will still have to deal with because of Lauren. So, yeah, but thank you so much for listening. Sorry Rosie couldn't be here for this episode. Obviously, I'm not that fun to listen to when I'm not talking with Rosie. And I'm trying to be quiet because they're in the living room, and I'm kind of self-conscious about talking into a microphone when I'm not actually talking to another person. So, I don't know how other solo podcasters do it. And that's pretty impressive, and I respect that. So, anyway, yeah. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week.